Here we are, once again, NEC Motorcycle Live 2022. Here we are. We're back, once again, like Renegade Masters. I'm going to scrap that one because that was shite. So why am I here for the third show in a row? Well, it turns out that more of you thought I was less shite than shite. So you only have yourselves to blame. I'm here to review the show again, or do as best I can. So I'm going to try and do it a little bit different this year. Last year I split it into two videos, part one and part two. The show before that, which was 2019, I just did one long one. This time, the theory now, I've got running out of time. I've only got an hour and a half, and an hour and 20 minutes left. I'm milking this. I'm going to be spoofing so much on this, but I'm going to try and do one overall video of the show. I'm going to do a second video concentrating more on adventure bikes, because I know adventure bikes, dual purpose, ADV bikes, because they've come a long way. I mean, it's the biggest segment in the market, biggest segment in the motorbike market, and the fact is, you can have a hell of a lot of fun on them. There are some dual purpose bikes out there, adventure bikes, whatever you want to call them. And we're just going to call it adventure bikes from now on, even though most of them are going to be ridden on the road. But some of them are such good crack. Most of them are great crack. I've ridden a couple earlier on this year, the Tenere 700 and the CF Moto 800 MT, both of them on road, and unbelievable. The Tenere 700, believe it or not, I reckon is one of the best bikes in the world, and I love it. And I'm a sport bike guru. I'm a sport bike fan. I love them. Give me 200 horsepower all day long. But multi-purpose ADV advantage bikes are massive on the market these days, and so I'm going to have a separate video for that. Third video, if I get around to it. If you don't see part three, you'll know I didn't get around to it. But I'm going to. Oh, this is hard. This is hard. I'm going to try and do a video on electric bikes. I know, I am a petrol head. I am a dyed-in-the-world petrol head. I will always be. Lucky enough, I'm of an age, I'm old enough that by the time they finally take all our petrol bikes away, I'll be dead. So I won't give up. Now, whether we like it or not, we're going to have to move into them eventually, against our will. Politicians, what the... Anyway, I'm going to stop ranting about it, because I'm going to rant at the video. But yeah, electric bikes. I mean, as I said, I'm going to do a separate video for it, because if you're not interested, you don't have to watch it. If you are interested, and listen to a point of view of someone who is dyed in blood petrol, I'm going to try and be impartial and do the best I can. So anyway, we're going to start off now. I do have limited time. We're going to start off here at the Suzuki stand. And the biggest news for Suzuki is the, not the 1000, the GSX 8S. Now, I saw the pictures of this, and I thought, bloody hell, that looks good. That looks great. And there are a lot of bikes on the market now adopting this parallel twin configuration. And why not? There's a great, good thumpy motors. It's all the power that you need. And they're in a nice enough agile frame that you're going to have some serious crack on the roads with them. I've said it before, if you've watched any of my other videos, big bikes, we really don't need 200 horsepower on the road. So anyway, I was looking forward to seeing this bike, but you have to be honest. The looks are a little bit challenging, more challenging than I thought in the flesh. We don't have prices on it yet, they're to be confirmed, but I'm guessing, I don't know, 7-8 grand, you know, it's kind of the market. They're about 80 brake horsepower. Now it's going to be going up against another new contender in the market, the Hornet 750. Now the Hornet 750 does beat it on power, it's at 91 horsepower, which I think, hold on there now, 83 horsepower. But as I said, it's a twin. They have a white one and a blue one here. I don't know. I mean, I've no doubt they're going to be fun to ride. The looks, maybe they'll grow on me. They're different, they're distinctive. You have all the range of the other, oh yeah, they do have the same engine in the V-Stroms. So they've got the two V-Stroms, the 1050 and the 800. I think the 800 is definitely going to be the pick of the bunch. But again, we'll talk about that in the adventure bike segment. One bone I do have to pick with Suzuki is the death of the, hands together please everyone, the death of the GSX 1000. Wrong, I don't know what is wrong. So there's no 600, no GSX 600, there's no GSX 750, that was gone. But to get rid of the GSX 1000, it's an iconic bike. The whole GSX name is an iconic bike. I raced the GSX 1000 K6 for years and years and years. I still actually have now an old bmwmotorrad SP6R, which has the old GSXR 1100 engine in it. So I feel a bit of an affinity with the GSXR brand, but it's gone, no more. Blame Euro regulations or whatever it is, but there's no more GSX 1000s in Suzuki. You can get them overseas. You go to America, you can get the GSX 600, the 750 and the 1000. That's GSX 750 you can still buy brand new, but here in the UK, No, you can't. Or Ireland for that matter. Sorry, I'm saying UK because we're in Birmingham. So yeah, if you want a Hayabusa, knock yourself out. V-Stroms, yeah, the 800s, and they have the SV650s. Yeah, it's a bit sad really. I don't really know what more to say. We'll come back about the V-Strom 850, 800. I am interested in that. This GSX 800, I'm feeling a little bit deflated. Am I sounding a bit deflated here? I should, because I'm sad. I love my Jigsaw. So here we are at Honda, the best-selling motorcycle manufacturer on the planet. Everything from the C50s and C90s up to the Blade, and that's it. So Honda, thank you very much. Good night. Obviously, I'm more than that. Honda, okay, so we have the Blades again. The superbike market has gone weird. It has gone weird with Suzuki pulling out altogether with no more Jigsaws of any kind. The CBR 600 went a long time ago. The Yamaha R6 went a long time ago. Kawasaki still makes 1000 and the 636 or the ZX6R, but they don't seem to be as committed as they used to be. You know, Honda has been very mixed bag in regard to their superbike, how would you say, performance this year. World Superbikes, MotoGP, British Superbikes came second with their own man Glenn Irwin. But other than that, yeah, don't know. Do great on the roads. I mean, no, actually, no, they don't. They're not even doing that great on the roads either. BMW's doing great on the roads. So I don't know. Honda, you're either a Honda man or a Honda woman. Sorry, a Honda person, Honda gender neutral individual. Oh, you're not. And if you are, nothing else is going to come in the way of a Honda. I've had Honda since I was going to say since I was a nipper, but my first bike was a Honda. My first big bike. I've had everything from CBX 750s to CBR 600s to VFR 750s. I actually still have a Honda VTR 1000 Firestorm, which I bought brand new in '98, and I still have it. Hasn't been ridden in a while, worth feck all, but I still have it anyway. So what more do we have to say here? Well, the biggest news from Honda is the Hornet, the new Hornet. I had to think there for a second. The new Hornet 750. It has about 91 horsepower. It's not a bad looking bike. It's actually a good looking bike. There's a lot of this mid-range naked bikes now. It seems to be on trend now. Everyone seems to be we're no getting the midweight superbike or super sport class is gone. So everyone's on parallel twins from 600 to 700 or 750cc. 6 to 800, no, sorry, I'm correcting myself. Up to 800cc if you're talking about the Suzuki. I don't know why I'm pointing over there. That is the Suzuki stand. You know I'm professional. You know I script all this beforehand. Can you tell? You can tell that. So the Hornet 750 is a great looking bike, and they're using that engine in the Transalp 750, which, as you'll see, I'll talk about in the adventure bike segment. But other than that, Honda's Honda. The blades haven't really changed. They're still a fair bit of money as well. The SP over there, or the anniversary, it's the 30th anniversary. 30th anniversary? I remember the 30th anniversary being unveiled last year, and I thought they were supposed to be limited edition. Have they not sold them all yet? Something you're trying to tell us there, Honda. But it's 24 sterling. It's a fair amount of money, and I don't know, a lot of us, we're still led by our egos, and if you're going to spend 24,000, there's a lot of bikes for similar money which have a bit more cachet, should I say. I mean, elephant in the room is the BMW S1000RR, and we'll have a look at that in a minute. It's very hard to move past that with its carbon wheels and go for a Fireblade. But anyway, as I said, if you're going for a blade, nothing else will do. I like the Hornet. The Hornet looks a great looking bike. Seems a cracking price. Is it $7 grand? I think I saw it around 6,995. I think that's a fantastic price. I honestly think that is a brilliant, brilliant price for what is a great bike for 91 horsepower, which looks great as well. So other than that, so what more do you want me to say? There's CRFs. Oh yeah, the Gold Wings. I tried to, there was no getting into the Gold Wing section. I tried to put the camera above, but yeah, these lads were older than my dad. My dad's dead, so yeah, I left there sharpish. They were going to hit me with their walking sticks or their Zimmer frames or something like that. Sorry, Gold Wing riders, but you are ancient. Dislike, thumbs down, thumbs down. Actually, what do I care? Anyone who rides a Gold Wing isn't going to be on the fucking internet. Screw them. So Royal Enfield, if you have heard me or watched any of my previous videos from the last two shows, you'll know I'm a massive fan of Royal Enfield, even though I've never ridden one. But that's about to change, because all goes to plan. In 2 weeks' time, I'll be riding a GT650, I think it's the GT650 Continental in Lanzarote. Yes, that's the plan. So hopefully I'm finally going to have a video review of Royal Enfield. I love them, I love the style. This stand every year is just getting bigger and bigger. The personalization available for these bikes. I mean, you're open to your own imagination of how people are customizing their own bikes, and Royal Enfield is embracing it. There are so many more new models here. You have the Royal Enfield, the Scrambler 450s, the Meteor 300s, or 350s, and this is the Super Meteor 650. This isn't released yet, and there is no price. This will be the most expensive Royal Enfield that they make. It looks fantastic. Just the craftsmanship, the quality. Sorry, the quality every year just seems to be tighter and tighter for a bike that, you know, is made in India. Well, dismiss that at your own peril, because these bikes look great. They look fantastically well built. This looks amazing. It's going to be the most expensive one out there, Royal Enfield they make. But even saying that, it's still only going to be in around £7,500. That's inside information. Seriously. So there's still a bargain, not bargain, but it's a bargain price, not bargain basement, it's a bargain price. I really love them. I love the style. I love the image of it. These are bikes that you just know on a good sunny day, not having to worry about getting your knee down or hitting apexes and getting a speeding ticket or hitting a sheep. You're going to enjoy yourself on one of these. So hopefully in 2 weeks' time, I'll be riding one. So in about 3 weeks, 3-4 weeks, hopefully I'll upload a video of me actually finally road testing a Royal Enfield. But you've seen my last two video reviews, show reviews on the NEC, on this Motorcycle Live, and every time I come to Royal Enfield, I love it. So I'm slobbering on. I am rushing on here. I am aware of that. I've 50 minutes to go, and I still have so many more bikes to talk about. I was going to say shite to talk. I'm gone. I'm done. Royal Enfield. Give them a ride. Give them a look. Why not? They look fantastic. So CCM, once again, if you've seen any of my previous videos on the NEC Motorcycle Live Show, you know I have an awful lot of time for these bikes. They look superb. The engineering on it, just the attention to detail, it's beautiful craftsmanship, and I'm a massive fan. If you don't know the brand, CCM, they seem to have kind of a standard frame and engine. It's their own engine, 650cc engine. But it's their own, they keep the standard frame and engine, but then they kind of tweak everything else. So they have like a bobber style or a tracker style or a scrambler style, and do like limited editions of each one's. Now, generally speaking, they're more kind of color schemes than anything else, but they all look fantastic. And in my opinion as well, great pricing. They're starting off in around £10,000. Now you can hit the accessories page and start adding on to that. Start taping up your exhaust, or start putting bags on, and watch the bill get even higher. But even starting at that price, they're fantastic. Now there is a titanium version there, which is £30,000. Okay, sorry, I lie. £29,990. That's a serious amount of welly, and probably for the connoisseur of CCMs. It's all titanium frame, it just looks divine. But other than that, that's it. Oh, and one thing, and I know this for a fact, is that they just don't depreciate. They retain so much of their value, because earlier on this year, I generally did start looking into getting one. So I went on, you go on the usual websites, more than one apply, and the cheapest I could find second-hand was still around £8,500 sterling for one that was 3 years old. So they're dropping absolutely nothing. And why should they? Because they're fantastic looking bikes. So they're a great investment. You know, you're not going to lose much bugger all money on it. Spec it wisely. You're going to have lots of fun miles. I'm talking gibberish. I am really running out of time here. And again, as you know, there's no script. I'm making this up as I go along. CCMs, fantastic. I love them. Go have a look at them. Oh yeah, that was another reason why I didn't even price them new, but they have, as far as servicing is concerned, they actually can be corrected. I'm willing to admit if I'm wrong, but from what I gather, they actually send out a mechanic to you. They'll service it at your place of work, place where you live, etc. which doesn't do me much good living in Ireland because they don't have a dealership in Ireland. So I'm sure maybe they have a solution for it. I don't know. I didn't speak to anyone about it. So, you know, maybe I should have found out that information beforehand, because they may well have an Irish mechanic resident ready to do that. It just proves I'm talking out me hole. Sorry, CCMs, I love them. I'm going to jog on. Good luck now. So Kawasaki, what can I say about Kawasaki? We have the ZX-10R. No RR here this year. Not doing too great anymore. They're kind of slipping down since Johnny Ray. 2 years in a row now, he hasn't won it. Lost out to Toprak last year, lost out to Batista this year, so lost out to Yamaha last year and Ducati this year. And where else? Well, they're not in MotoGP. And BSB, I think they may have come fourth. Who was it? Came Rory Skinner? I could well be mistaken on that one. Who was riding a Kawasaki and came fourth place in the BSB. I'm open to correction on that. Again, they seem to be moving away. I'm guessing there's a 600 around somewhere. Maybe there isn't. There's these SXs, the ZH2s. 3 years ago at the 2019 show. Yeah, I upset a few people by saying that they looked like scrunched up pieces of paper. They look like scrunched up pieces of paper. I'm sorry, like, I'm a big Kawasaki fan. I have a ZX636, a ZX6R race bike, a track bike. I used to race ZX6Rs back in the pre-97 days. I have a soft spot for Kawasaki, but there's nothing really here that kind of, you know, jugs me bones anymore. These seem to be well priced. That's going for it, like 17.5 to 18.5 grand. I don't know what's 203 horsepower. It's there somewhere. You can sense the enthusiasm draining from my maximum power. Yeah, 203 PS. They have EV bikes. They're bringing them out, electric bikes. The retro bikes look great. What else is there? Supercharged bikes. They're mad supercharged bikes. They're still here and they're mad. And if you're into Bimotors, although there's no Bimotor stand here, Kawasaki now owns 49% of Bimotor, and they're two mad bikes. They have the KB X, I don't know what the number is, the KB, that has the SX engine in it. Oh no, that has the H2R engine in it. I'm really milking this now, aren't I? And the Tezzy 1D, I think, that has the one that, you know, they look interesting in Kawasaki, really do. I don't know. Kawasaki, we'll look at the Versus bikes and the adventure bike video segment. They're off-road bikes. And I'm losing time here. I'm sorry. Kawasaki, if you're into them, you're into them. They're still green and go fast. Anything supercharged is all good. Bye now. So BSA, they were unveiled here last year for the first time. Now they had no prices on them last year. They're very interesting looking bikes. They're good looking bikes. Now I'm going to be wrong here, I'm going to be mistaken here. Hold on 1 second, sorry mate. BSA, made in India or China? India. India, thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'll fire away. So there you go, made in India.
Designed in England by a 29-year-old.
By a 29-year-old?
There's two lads in Australia as well. A 29-year-old called Alex, and a kind of like a fabricator called Jordan, 27. They built that in 3 months.
27, fantastic.
Concept bike.
Excellent, thank you very much. So there you have it, it's a great bit of inside information there. So this is kind of a concept bike. The man said they're from their factory, a 27-year-old and a 29-year-old, their designer and fabricator. Looks amazing. There's no prices on it yet. Like I said, so they're made in India. We knew last year they had no prices on it, and it was hard to kind of make a guess. I kind of, trying to hedge my bets here, it kind of, looking at it, feeling it, you kind of knew it was, they were well built, it looked decent, you know, paintwork looked good, but there was certain, you knew that the componentry wasn't high spec. So it was kind of hard to make a guess of what sort of a price, because I thought, okay, if you're comparing it to like a Royal Enfield or something like that, you're thinking maybe 6-7 grand. But like with BSA, are they going to try and milk the name? And you know, could it be around 9-10? So I did say If I thought it was going to be any more than 995, I'd be very surprised. Well, I did them an injustice because they're starting off at around 7 grand. 6.8 plus £300 on the road costs, what they're saying. It's about 7,100, which is great. They're a 650 twin, making about 44, 45 horsepower. It's more than enough for these types of bikes. I mean, I have an old Triumph 650, 1971 Triumph Bonneville, and I love riding that bike. It's a 650, and it also makes about 44 horsepower, so a lot of progress in 50 years. But it's a different way of riding. Again, it's like the Royal Enfield, which I mentioned earlier. It's a car you don't have to stress about trying to set lap times. It's the sun is out, open face helmet, you know, just get out and enjoy yourself. So great pricing, fair play to your BSA. You've nailed it on the pricing. This looks fantastic. The other bikes look great. A lot of customization again, the same with the Royal Enfield. And I am really enjoying this market. Don't get me wrong, I love my 200 horsepower sport bikes, super bikes. I just can't get out of it yet. I still think I'm young enough to put my leg over one. So while I'm still young enough to put my leg over one, I'm still going to ride them. But I do appreciate these bikes as well. You don't need to ride like a hooligan every single day of the week. So yeah, BSA, fair play, lovely looking bikes and a great price. In my opinion, great price. Love to drive one of these or ride one of these in the new year. Got to see if they have any dealers in Ireland. Here we are on the Yamaha stand. I'm really stressing for time here now, so I'm sorry that this video is a lot more rushed than the last two, but I'm trying to get as much in as I can. So we're here at Yamaha with the R1M. Looks gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. They've had this out a little while now, and it still looks stunning in my eyes. There's very little very little to compete with it. The S1000 RR and the Panigale, I suppose, of the Japanese bikes, to me, is by far and away the best. They're all about 200 and something horsepower. Don't be looking up my arse now. 200 horsepower. This is the R1M, and it is in and around 24.5 grand. It's a lot of money if you're still under the, you know, that Japanese bikes seem to be, or have to be, cheaper than their European equivalents. Well, you know, that's gone out of the way a long time ago. The Blade SP, the Kawasaki ZX-10RR, they're all, I'll say no more about the Suzuki, but this is worth every penny in it. And they are still nailing it in the race series. So in MotoGP, okay, second this year in, you know, thanks to Ducati, but Top Rack won it last year. British Superbikes, Bradley Ray, fantastic performance. And what else am I talking about? MotoGP, second again? Hold on a second, I'm getting a mind fart here. I'd have time to, I would press pause, go look it up and kind of say, oh yeah, and then come back and say, oh yeah, you know, Yamaha came second in the MotoGP behind Ducati. Maybe they did, I don't know. I'm really spoofing this, more saliva. I'm really spoofing it, but they're still on the world stage. They can still cut it on the sports bikes. We have R3, the R7. R7 is a very interesting bike, again with that parallel twin, the same engine that's in the Tenere 700, and I rode the Tenere 700 earlier on this year, and it's a lovely engine. We'll talk about that when I'm talking about the adventure bikes. But everyone raves about it, all the reviews rave about the R7, that okay, it's only got 70 horsepower, it's not going to be enough to pull the skin of a rice pudding, but I don't know, on the twisty enough circuit, the twisty enough roads, that's more than, it certainly wasn't underpowered in the Tenere 700. I certainly wasn't hounding for more power. So it's a great engine. I'd love to see it in the R7. Other than that, you have all the, you know, the MTs, they're big on the MTs. I know there's more bikes, they're retro bikes. There's the Yamaha Nikon, less said about that, the better. I know I'm missing out, but I'm running out of time. I'm sorry, this is the most rushed. This is probably the worst review of the NEC bike show you'll have seen yet on YouTube. I should give this shite up. Maybe I won't be back for 2023. Right, good luck now. Yamaha, bye-bye.